Happy to be here, and I apologize that I don't speak German, so I'm sorry for that. But anyway, Rich and I have had a long journey actually through discovering health. I healed myself of a cyst in my neck, and then Rich became a ultra endurance athlete doing double Ironman distant races using just plants. And this over the years extended into our family. And so what we're sharing with you in this book is all of our family recipes that we eat with our 4 children on a daily basis. And yeah, that's it.
Ja, das muss man sich mal vorstellen, 4 Kinder und auf der einen Seite einen absoluten Ultraman, also einen der fittesten Männer der Welt. Also es gibt ein Magazin in Amerika, Men's Fitness Magazine, die den Rich als einen der 25 fittesten Männer der Welt gekürt haben. Das kann man sich vorstellen, und wer ein bisschen was zum Thema Sport und Ernährung wissen möchte, dem sei dieses Buch von Rich empfohlen, also Finding Ultra, wie im Prinzip wie er zu einem dieser fittesten Männer der Welt geworden ist. Ja, aber heute ist ja Kochen angesagt, und dafür sind wir hier auf der Gourmet Gallery. Das heißt, wir werden starten. We'll start to cook. That's why we're here.
Okay, good.
So tell us what.
Yeah. So first, we're going to start with a smoothie, a blend, and this is sort of a foundational part of eating vegan and being vibrant and healthy. And smoothies are good, especially in colder climates, because they give you enough energy where, you know, juicing may be a little bit too minimal for you in these kind of climates. So we're going to start by making a cherry cacao blend, and I'm going to blend some stuff up in the blender for you.
Ja, klasse. Also hier im hinteren Bereich können Sie halt irgendwie auch noch einen Videofilm halt irgendwie erkennen. Die Familie ist ja nicht nur sportlich und kocht, sondern singt auch. Also es ist was ganz Besonderes, und Sie werden in dem Buch halt eben auch eine ganze Menge von diesem Lifestyle mitkriegen. Just told about the lifestyle and your life, and I would like to know, what was your inspiration to change your life? Then you were 40, and what happened?
Yeah, so what happened was, first of all, does everybody speak English? Not someone, maybe a little. So sorry, I don't speak German. But thank you for coming this morning. When I was 39 years old, shortly before I turned 40, I was not eating vegan. I was eating a lot of McDonald's, a lot of fast food, cheeseburgers, French fries, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the like. And I was about 50 pounds overweight. And I had a health crisis shortly before my birthday. It was late one evening. I was going up the stairs to my bedroom, and I had to pause. I was winded, out of breath. I had tightness in my chest, and I was very scared. I thought I was on the precipice of having a heart attack. And that was the first moment where I realized that I need to do something different. I need to start changing the way that I live, not just what I eat, but how I approach my life. And it's been an evolution that led me towards eating a plant-based diet that rejuvenated my health and has fueled me, empowered me to do some crazy athletic stuff, as I talk about in my first book, Finding Ultra. And this is now, as Julie said, spilled over into how our family lives. We have 4 children. My book, Finding Ultra, kind of tells my story, but the Plantpower Way tells our family story. People read Finding Ultra, they say, I love it, but what do we eat? So we write this cookbook to show you how we eat, and all of these recipes are what our family eats on a daily basis. They're very authentic to our lifestyle.
And you think everybody is able to achieve what you achieve?
Everybody can be an Ultraman, yes.
Everybody has a possibility
I
to
think
be as fit.
Everybody has the possibility and the potential to be their best, most authentic version of themselves.
Oh.
So it doesn't mean that everybody's going to do Ultraman. You probably shouldn't do that. I did that so you don't have to. But everybody has a better version of themselves locked within. It's part of our message, and what we're trying to express in these books is a pathway towards bringing that out and expressing that. And I think that health, of course, implies what we have on our plate, what we eat, but that's just the first step, because total wellness extends beyond what's on our plate to how we live our lives, to our mental, spiritual, and emotional health. But the portal to that begins with what we eat. So this book is that first step of trying to access that.
Oh, Julie, can we try a little bit?
Yes. Okay, so
So
this
you have
is
some cherry cacao?
yeah, this is cherry cacao. So the only thing that's in it is frozen fruit, frozen cherry, bananas, some cacao powder, which is a very powerful antioxidant, but it tastes delicious. So you can drink this smoothie, it feels like a chocolate shake, but your body is going to feel vibrant and energized. And while we have a fruit smoothie, we always make sure that we put our greens in it. So you may have seen me slip in a leaf of kale. So you always want to make sure that you're putting something green into your smoothies. Spirulina is nice, spinach is nice. You had some beautiful lamb's ear spinach that I tried yesterday that was really pretty. And then apple juice and water, and we also included some superfood, which is chia seeds, which are the Aztec runner food. They give you a lot of energy. So Rich is going to pour these out for
Yes, you can try.
you to
I'm
try.
gonna try. She's the chef, I'm not so good.
Also für die, die uns jetzt noch, jetzt noch bekommen, wir werden halt irgendwie im Laufe der Präsentation vielleicht 6, 7 Rezepte versuchen zu schaffen, sodass Sie halt die auch wirklich probieren können. Und die Rezepte stehen halt irgendwie alle auch in dem Buch, in dem Plantpower Kochbuch vom Narayana Verlag. Wer das nochmal nachlesen möchte, der kann da noch ein bisschen nachher schauen. Und yes, so did you were you partners in the book, and who created this recipe?
Well, I created all the recipes. I'm an artist, so I'm a musician and a singer and a painter, and I just sort of use whatever medium is available to me. And I saw an opportunity when Rich decided that he wanted to do these crazy races to support him and really nurture him and really see if I could design and develop really tasty, amazing food that would fuel him through his incredible training feats and races. And so that's really how the book came about, and it was a process, so it wasn't all at once, and we all came to this way of eating sort of in our own time.
Ja, und jetzt haben Sie die Möglichkeit, ein bisschen zu probieren. Ich bin gespannt, was Sie zu dieser Kombination von Kakao und doch Vegetables oder Plants und Superfoods sagen werden. Well, let's talk about plants. How do you start it with these kinds of plants? Do you have a great garden? Or how can we imagine your life? You live in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we live in Los
Okay.
Angeles and Malibu, and you know, of course, growing your own food is the ultimate. Rich and I are traveling a lot these days, so that takes a certain care to be there and really tend to the plants. But I would say to connect with your local farmers, to find things that are local, eat in season, and a lot of variety. So I think the answers just exist in nature and in the forest and in eating whole plant-based foods as close to their natural state as possible. So you'll find that all of my recipes are very easy. They're not fussy, and any level of chef can prepare these meals.
So you did this first one in 5 minutes, I saw. It's
Yeah, even less.
very, very easy recipe.
So now, just because I have a sweet tooth, so you'll see in the book that I have quite a developed dessert section. So I don't want you to suffer eating plant-based. So I'm going to show you a little bit different version of making maybe a traditional cookie, where you could see how you could make it more healthy. So we have just some natural, organic, very chunky, heavy peanut butter. The thicker you can find it, the better. If you use something creamy and it's too runny, you're going to have some consistency issues. So I have the peanut butter, I have some flax seeds, ground flax seeds, and a little bit of vanilla. And in this recipe, I'm using sugar. I'm using sugar because I am going to bake it. If you were not going to bake it, you could use honey and actually eat them raw. So this cookie can be a raw cookie. And I'm going to blend it. It's actually best to do it with your hands. I'm not going to do it with my hands today, so it'll be too big of a mess. But it's really fun with the kids, and there are no flour in this cookie. So it's completely gluten-free, and it's very, very, very tasty and very delicious.
Rich, are you helping her? Do you prepare the meals together?
Usually I watch her in awe, and I say, thank you for making this feed. I'm good as a prep chef. She is the artist though, so I let her take point. But it's a great question. You know, with 4 kids, we all operate as a family together in the kitchen. And people ask us all the time, like, how do you get your kids to eat healthy? And, you know, are they on board with eating plant-based? And our approach has been to bring them into the fold and into the kitchen. We have an island in our kitchen very similar to this, and we all congregate around it, and all the children, all the way down to our youngest, are involved in prepping and the chopping, and so they learn how to make food at a very early age and create that emotional connection to where their food is coming from.
So this book is also for a busy family.
Very,
Yes.
yeah, really, yeah, very much. Okay, so just a note on the cookies. So you have the choice. In order to make it the right consistency, you can either add more sugar, or you can cut back on the sugar and add ground flaxseed. So it depends on your taste, on how it tastes for you. And it should be kind of like a Play-Doh consistency, you know, pretty thick. So Rich is going to help me today. He's going to make some balls about this size. Just roll it. And then we're going to place them on this cookie sheet. These are beautiful Miele sheets. I happen to cook with Miele ovens at home, so I'm thrilled. They're the best ovens. But if you need to, you can use a little coconut oil to grease the sheet. I don't think we need to on this Miele, so I'm leaving it off. Every time I can leave oil away, I leave it off. So we use very little amount of oil. So Rich is going to do that.
Okay, yeah. But Rich, you told one day we were talking together that for you this kind of eating is like medicine.
Yes, Hippocrates said it so long ago,
Yeah.
and we've probably all heard it. Food, you know, let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. But do we really stop and think about that? Like, it's a very powerful sentiment, and my experience is that indeed food is medicine. And when you treat the body temple properly, it will do marvelous, amazing things beyond your imagination. And certainly, you know, I never thought that in my mid-40s that I would go off and do double Ironman distance races and sort of, you know, get all this attention for doing so, especially doing it on a plant-based diet without any animal products. But I've found that by fueling my body with plant-based foods close to their natural state with high nutritional density, that I've been capable of not only repairing my health and ensuring that I don't become a victim of all these lifestyle diseases that are unnecessarily killing people, like diabetes and heart disease, etc., but to be able to do things athletically that exceed my wildest imagination. So truly food is medicine. I mean, Julie has her own story with that in the way that she healed a cyst on her neck, not through surgery and not through pharmaceuticals, but through proper nutrition.
Yeah, and I think, you know, here in Germany, I mean, you have the ancestry, you have the roots of this natural way of healing. I mean, I have a lot of German friends, and I find that there's a great awareness in trying to heal things naturally and turning to herbal remedies and homeopathy. And so I think it just is a shift and a remembrance of these things are available to us, and food really is medicine. And, you know, I had a cyst in the front of my neck. It was the size of a golf ball. It was easily seen. And, you know, 3 surgeons told me, you know, unequivocally I had to have the surgery. And I just felt otherwise. And it wasn't easy. It took some commitment. It was uncomfortable at times. But I was successful, and I completely healed myself. It's completely gone. And I think there's so many things in our life that we have the power to affect through food. So it really is true. Food is medicine. So you see Rich is he's made some pretty nice balls. I'm going to help him out a little bit, just even him out a little. They're going to look like this, generally. And then you're just going to take a fork and just slightly press it. Don't go too far down, because we want them to stay thick in the oven. And like I said, if you wanted to go raw, you could eat these raw, but you could also use honey, which again is not traditionally vegan. Again, Rich and I make the decision to consume honey because we believe that it has spiritual properties and it is a vibration that is extremely healing to the body. That being said, we do it consciously. We support beekeepers. We have bees on our land. And we don't take the lion's share. We care for the bees like members of our world that we honor. So whenever we do eat honey, we're very aware of the gift that it is. So here I'm just pressing some beautiful gourmet dark chocolate into the center. And so it can't be that good, right? The ingredients are all amazing. I mean, it can't be bad. That's enough. Rich is done.
Yeah,
He's done his cookie work.
Yeah, perfect.
So, and we have some of these pre-made. And then I just want to talk a little bit about this Celtic Sea Salt. You'll see in the cookbook that I really prefer Celtic Sea Salt in all of my recipes. And the reason is because it has a very specific taste, and trust me, it will make everything you make taste better. It just lifts it up a notch. But I don't use any salt during the preparation of the meal, okay? So after everything's done, I just sprinkle some on top. And you'll find the contrast between the sweet and the salty is quite delightful. So I really, really think it's worth investing in some good sea salt. It'll change the way your meals taste.
All these advices you have in the book, in the Plantpower Kochbuch from the Rajana Verlag, and very interesting. You have some sweets and have vegetable. You have what kind of food do you have inside the book?
Well,
tell me.
Yeah. So the book is very comprehensive. It's 120 plus plant-based recipes, but as we said earlier, it's intended for the entire family. These are not precious recipes that are very difficult to make, and we're also not trying to recreate dishes that taste like meat-based dishes. Everything is very hearty and very family-friendly, designed to be very easy to make. Almost every single recipe in the book can be prepared in less than 30 minutes, and they're designed to satisfy even the most finicky eater in your family or the most carnivorous meat lover in your family. So it has dishes in it like potato salad and fettuccine alfredo that's made with plant-based ingredients as opposed to dairy ingredients. We have a vegan lasagna. We have an amazing rotunda of desserts and smoothies. So basically breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts, and Julie's favorite, which are sauces. A variety of amazing sauces, which if you can master, and they're very easily mastered, can really heighten and elevate whatever else you're preparing.